Mike, how are you
How
doing?
how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, hanging in there.
All right. Awesome. So, Mike, can you start us off by briefly describing your company and your role within the organization?
Sure, I'm the founder of Media Addiction Studio. We specialize in premium content brand strategy. So we do, long form, short form video marketing content for brands, as well as serve their social media marketing initiatives, paid ads, and that sort of thing.
Awesome. Awesome. And what were the key challenges that you faced, or maybe needs that you had that led you to seek out our services?
We needed to showcase some of our offerings for short form content. That's why we reached out to you to help us initiate the initial offerings that we wanted to show as samples for what we're doing.
Nice. And what factors made you decide to choose our services over the many others out there?
A couple of factors was one, the interaction with you, Calvin, was really comforting and made me feel safe that there are a lot of short form editors out there. And so sometimes you can get lost in the sea of editors that are pitching you. Because of what I do, I get pitched every single day. I'm getting emails of people wanting to handle our content and create the short form content with it. One was meeting you after seeing your ads online, and then the led us into what you do and how you run your service, the cost, the timelines, and the way that you have it set up made it really easy for us to decide that we wanted to work with you.
Awesome. Awesome. And can you describe the scope of the projects and tasks our team has worked on for you so far?
Sure. We had a series of long form videos that we needed to cut down to short forms so that we can show how to multi purpose content that we create to our clients, as well as repurposing old content that we had also as a showcase to show clients how they can repurpose their old footage. We also used your graphic department to create the thumbnails for each of the videos you've created. And I think we also had you create some graphics for us for some of the video content as well. That was basically, oh no, we also had some new short form content that we had that you put together for us, that you edited for us to show us samples as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And how well did our video editor, Fatih, the one that was handling the projects that you set out, how well did he integrate with you and then what you like and what you don't like, and maybe the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think Fatu did great. Look, I'm an editor. I'm a video marketing agency, so I come from the video production world. It was very hard for me to just hand off projects because I'm used to doing them myself. And so that was the other factor we had to take into account when we thought about partnering with Coup Creatives was who do we trust with the content that's not just going to waste our time, or we got to go back in and fix everything.
Yeah.
The editor we had, Fatih, was great. He's very adaptable. He understood what we needed for the type of content we wanted to produce and the way that we wanted it to come across and what we feel is the way it should be done. He took that instruction and direction very well and adjusted it and delivered just how we asked. And like any relationship, there's those moments where you're going to need to figure out what does this client want as opposed to what do I want to do as an editor.
Yeah.
And that's what I understood. And so in being clear with Fatih what we're looking for and what I need from him and how he could utilize the talents that I saw he had to help us get what we wanted worked out really great. And he was really easy to work with.
Awesome. I love to hear that. And what do you think has been the most valuable aspect of the service provided so far?
Probably the communication. It's the communication is top notch with Coup Creatives. I think that if every company could communicate with their clients in this way, then I think things would be there'd be less problems and less ambiguity and less wondering and less suspicion from the people that are hiring vendor. The communication was really top notch. I'm hoping
Awesome.
my company can do the same.
Awesome. Yeah, that's one thing I always very very strict about with everyone
I
here
can
in my
tell
company.
it
Yeah.
shows.
And how do you think our service has impacted your team's workflow and productivity?
It's interesting because you let us understand the volume of videos that you can get done. And
Mhm.
for us, it was a learning process to know that what we had to have prepared for you in order to get that amount of volume done. So that was what we learned on our side. Okay, I can't just hand over a ton of content, expect it to be exactly what we want. So the preparation on our end, which would be pre-production for the edit, is what we called it, is something that we had to learn to do in order to give you the opportunity to deliver what you do as a service.
Mm.
So it's impacted us that way, in that it's streamlined some of the systems as we move forward with you, that we know how we need what we need to do in order to let you do what you do. It's impacted us in that it's freed up time for us not having to go through the edits and such. So it's just an extension of our team, and that's how we see that.
Awesome. Awesome. And just this far compared to hiring an editor in the country in the US, I know you're located in the US. How much do you think you have saved so far in terms of like wages or staffing costs?
It's hard to quantify that, as our offerings, our short form offerings now that we're going into, is a new side of what we're offering. So it's hard for me to compare and contrast. All I can say is that as an editor and in being doing video production for 20 years, the I can say it's probably cut our time in half. As far as the cost is very effective and well worth the investment for the amount of work that you get back from you. I can't say it enough. It's well worth it. And so I can't compare exactly how much it has affected us yet, but I feel really good about the investment and what we got in return for it.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. And then in terms of deliverables and outcomes, how has our service met your expectations so far?
The deliverables have been great. It's like I said, we had to go through a learning process for us to know. So as we work through the hiccups of communication between us and your team, then it became very smooth. I realized what was great about Fatih is that he understood, okay, this is what he wants now. So once we got through the initial quality assurances that we needed on our end for what we want to deliver, and so for him to understand that, it didn't have to be repeated at all. He knew what to do every time now, which was great.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you share any specific achievements or improvements maybe that resulted from our collaboration so far?
A robust offering that we're going to be able to show that we can offer. So that's really what we needed from you, and that's what we got. So the achievement for us is that we're going to be able to go out and secure clients with the service offering and continue to have you as our team to help deliver those services.
All right. Awesome. And in the course of any relationship, you would have feedback and then also a bit of a back and forth with everything. So how responsive have me and my team been to any needs or feedback throughout our engagement together?
The responsiveness of Coup Creatives was immediate. Like I said, the communication is top notch. I don't know that I've dealt with a company that had better communication. That being said, the response is working on any hiccups, working through troubleshooting, fixing edits, fixing content, having questions about the service was all handled as a VIP service. That's how I felt. So it was really amazing.
I love that. I love that. And what would you say to prospective clients out there, or maybe who's watching this video, that are still on the fence about working with me and my team?
I would say if you need a service to fulfill your video editing, your graphic design, that the service that Coup Creatives provide is, as I said again, top notch. It's first class. You feel like you're in the front seat of the car with them. They don't put you in the back seat. They communicate well, and they listen, they acknowledge, and they do everything they can to satisfy your needs as a client. So I would recommend them 5 stars for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Link to that last statement, right? This is just a question I ask for any client interview. How would you rate your overall satisfaction with Fatih, with me and my team and our service on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, absolutely a 10. We're absolutely thrilled, happy, and look forward to a meaningful and long relationship with Coup Creatives.
Awesome. Awesome, Mike. That's all the questions I have for you today. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I look forward to seeing you in the next project soon, very soon. All right. Awesome, Mike. You have a great rest of the day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Bye bye.
Bye bye.